It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show.
Frank.
Come on, the
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
What?
What?
The Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
Come on, the
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
What? The
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
Come on,
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
It's time for the show. Aloha headsets, Frank here, and welcome to the Frank Show. Good morning. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing wonderful. Today we have a very fun discussion to talk about, and something I know a lot of you are interested in. Now, every time I bring up PlayStation VR to people, they say, how's it work? How is it? And you know what? I tell them it's amazing, it's fantastic, it's next level, and I say, oh, what about those Move controllers? Now, honestly, you guys, I love my Move controllers. I think it's pretty fantastic what some developers are doing with nearly 10-year-old tech, and I think that they do work very well with a lot of games. But we do have a lot of issues with tons of games, and I have no issue with another iteration coming out in the near future. I just didn't want them to rush some other iteration out really quickly, so everyone felt like they had to buy new hardware, buy new hardware, buy new hardware. But it looks like someone over at Sony Japan is finally putting the smarts together and coming up with the idea of what we may need actually in the next iteration. Now, mind you, I'm still holding out for a Power Glove because that is something that I definitely want with some haptic feedback, but these new Move controller patents do look pretty awesome. Now, I did hear these talked about in the past month, so I was thinking of skipping them. But you know what? Your boy Frankie pulled up the patent last night, translated the page, and actually read some information that it blows my mind that no other journalist decided to translate the patent page and actually read a little information about this. So today I thought I would share with you what I pulled from there because it's actually pretty cool stuff. Now, first and foremost, it does look like a Move controller. It's going to fit in your hand. It's going to have a little strappy, if this actually ever happens, that goes around your hand so you can kind of hold it there. Even if your hand is open, it'll just kind of float a little bit, which will be nice. Now, it's going to have these three little things that you wrap your fingers around, maybe four. And a lot of people were saying, are those just sensors? They're going to feel when your fingers are there. What is really cool is the way they're built. They have the little expandable arc inside them. So when your hand is on and they're a little grippy, they can actually get larger or get smaller depending on the virtual object that you're grabbing. So if you're grabbing like an apple, it'll be one size, or if you're trying to grab like a watermelon, it would be a whole other size. So you can actually kind of feel like there's something tangible. You know what I mean? You got like a tactile feel to it in the environment, which would be really cool. They said they could also use these same little arcs for haptic feedback, whether you're like a gun or something. So it'll start banging on your fingers. You can actually feel a little more within each finger rather than just kind of like an overall vibration, which is very, very interesting to me. Also on the front, right above where the joystick is like a wraparound little spot. That's where the light sensor is going to be. So there's going to be a full-on light sensor wraparound on the front, which will be interesting, you guys. So it'll have the joystick, have the light sensor, have the little haptic feedback rings going on your finger. It'll also have a gyroscope and an accelerometer in there, and they are going with some kind of random like Zibo Bluetooth connection. So it will be able to communicate any kind of information it needs to the system. I think they want to put a microphone in it as well as maybe even a little speaker, so you can kind of have that like in your hand feeling to it, but I don't know how much that'll help, especially because we have the headphones in. But hey, you know what? It could be interesting. Now, you guys, this is all I know. I read through most of the diagrams. Maybe there's a little more information, but it's hard to parse through all of that because it is engineering kind of mumbo-jumbo to a certain degree, and there's here and there which you can find. But I thought it was very interesting about the expandable rings, and I think that that's something very cool and very exciting because I do like haptics. If you guys have not tried any kind of haptic vest or like a butt kicker or something, it really does help with virtual reality. I mean, previously it was probably just kind of like a little gimmicky, but now any kind of little extra input that you can have onto your body will help immerse you even more than anything before. So I am super excited for something like this. I have a strong feeling we're not going to see them for a while, but it's fun to talk about. It's fun to discuss. It's fun to play around with. Now, I don't know how developers would implement this new controller into previous games. It might be that they have to get it out, get it to devs. Devs have to play around with it and work on it, or it might just be a patch and you can just pop it in like a new Move. I don't know. We'll find out as time comes. I just thought that would be a cool thing to share. Now, thank you all for coming through. You're beautiful. If you are interested in creative writing, I got a really cool video coming up tomorrow, so definitely make sure you check that one out. And if you're a fan of the community, I think you'll like that video as well because we're trying some cool new things, and I think you guys might be into it. Now, thank you all for coming through. You're the most amazing audience in the world. Give yourselves a round of applause, thumbs up, high five, and if you think I deserve one, you know what? If you would like, you could throw me one as well. But more important, important in all of that is that if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. All right, smooches. Peace and love you guys.
Wash it off my seat. Wash it off my wash it off wash it off my wash it off wash it off my wash it off wash it off seat.